Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. It's actually wedding season right now and so many people are getting married, so I thought it would be perfect to do a wedding bridal nail set tutorial using the Beetles wedding beauty box that they sent me. Thank you so much, Beetles, for sponsoring this video. I'm gonna be using all the products that they sent me and show them to you and how to use them properly. These are actually all henna-free gels, and they've taken a big step to incorporate this and change the formula in their product. I'll talk about that a little bit more later in this video, but I want to show you guys what else came in this box. Obviously, it came with a curing lamp. I love how it's the perfect size to travel with and it's not too small. And obviously, all the essential tools that you'll need is in this box, like nail clippers, pin sets, all the charms that you need. One thing that I loved in this box was the nail art brushes. They were super good quality. I really like the French liner brush that they gave me, and obviously they always come with some lash kits and some press-ons for emergency case. This is an extra thing that I got from them, but I really want to show you guys because these color bases are one of the most beautiful shades, and you guys know that I've been using rubber bases and builder gels for my nudes, so definitely check them out because I love the quality of them. And inside this beautifully designed pouch is all the essentials, like I said before, your nail files, your buffers, and this chrome powder that we will be definitely using today. I feel like a bridal set definitely needs some pearly chrome, and I'm so excited to show you guys the design that we're doing today. First, we have to remove the design on my extensions. I'm gonna be doing a fill-in today, so I won't be doing a removal since none of them are lifting. It's only been 2 weeks since I applied these nails, and since, again, like I said, none of them are lifting, you don't need to technically do a removal because that's just gonna take a lot more time and waste a lot more materials that you could be reusing. I'm using my e-file to remove the bulk of my design, and I'm gonna be removing probably down to where I can see the extensions through. So you don't want to make it too thin and flimsy, but you do want to drill enough down, like 90%, so you can see the condition underneath. If there are any liftings, then you have to definitely check that. If you've gone to a salon and experienced the heat spikes that come to your nails when they're drilling your nails really hard, then let me give you a tip and prevent this from happening to yourself. Keep moving the drill around. Once you go over one area more than 3 times, it's going to start heating up because of the friction. So you have to keep moving the e-file around so you don't go over the same spot over and over again. I hope that tip helps you guys. And one of the most frequently asked questions on my channel, on my Instagram, on my TikTok, everywhere has been, how do you speed up your time? And it's not even the fact that I'm very fast at doing nails. I've just been able to cut down my time a lot more. I used to take 4 hours on one hand, and now I only take an hour and a half max on one hand. So that being said, my biggest tip to you guys is get good quality products that cut down your time. Like the drilling part, I used to take like 40 minutes to drill down my nails, and now it only takes me 10 minutes because I have good quality nail drill bits, I have good quality e-file, I have a good quality dust collector. Everything is making it easier for me to do that process. Of course, when it comes to shaping, the nail file quality also matters. The quality of everything actually matters in getting your speed up, so that's my biggest tip. That gets me to my next point of talking about investing in the tools that you use, and one of those things is getting healthier products. So actually, henna is a common ingredient in many gels and so many nail products, but it can cause irritation and allergic reactions for some people. So I'm sure some of you guys have seen on TikTok or online, there was like this thing going on where people were getting allergic reactions from gel, and they just thought that all gels are bad and not healthy for your skin. But this is quite common because people don't read instructions anymore, and as you guys know, gel is not supposed to be applied on your skin, it's supposed to be applied on your nails. So I appreciate Beetles for taking the step to create henna-free gels so that it can be safer for all of us who do our nails at home to use this product safely. Back to the video, because this is my favorite part. I'm using my diamond shaped cuticle bit to lift up the pocket of my cuticles so that it can be easier for me to determine where is the dead skin and the dry bits that I need to nip off with my nipper. If you're a beginner in Gel-X or gel in general, then I recommend you skip this step and just focus on the design and the application of the gel, because cuticle care can come afterwards. But it is definitely a skill that you have to practice and learn, because you can easily end up hurting yourself through this process. If you guys want to learn more in detail of how to master the skill of every step that I show you guys in these normal tutorials, then I have a membership that is out, so you guys can go subscribe to that membership and get exclusive content. Moving on, I'm making sure that the shape of my extensions are crisp, so I'm using a buffer to kind of buff the underneath of the extensions to remove any dust. And now I'm gonna go in with my cuticle nippers to nip off the dead skin, and this really helps with the retention. And I also love how aesthetically pleasing it looks, and I've watched tons of videos on Russian manicures, and of course I'm not to the level of their skills, but I've definitely improved in my cuticle work and they look super clean. I don't know if you guys can tell the before and after, but this is probably the most satisfying part of the nail process. So this is how you do a perfect fill-in, and now you're ready to put the base coat on. And before that, I'm going in with my dehydrator. This is basically just concentrated isopropyl, so if you have really concentrated alcohol that could dehydrate your nails, that could work as well, and you could save a penny by doing that. But anyways, I'm going in with the Beetles base coat, and I love their formula for this because it's like the perfect thickness. It's not too thin that it just floods everywhere. I love a thick gel that you could just control with your brush. I think people often get surprised how tedious I am with this step, but I feel like the base coat lays the groundwork for the base, like for everything else to be on top, and it really seals everything in, all the prep work that you did. So I really like to be careful with this to not get it on any of my cuticle or any of my skin around the nail, so that it can be the perfect base coat. So I can go in with the builder gel that I'm using here today. It's the shade D056. It's my favorite builder gel shade. I've been like running out of this because my clients absolutely love this shade, and 90% of them ask for this every time. So I'm gonna show you guys how to use it. You're gonna first apply a slip layer. That's a thin layer covering the whole nail, like the base coat. You're not gonna cure that, but you're gonna apply a thicker blob of that gel, and apply it around the cuticle area and drag it down slowly. And I moved the gel around with my brush a little bit to give it that perfect shape, and then I'm curing each finger individually for 25 seconds. What really helps to get that perfect apex and the perfect smoothness of the shape is to flip your hand over so that the gravity can help center that gel in the right area. And obviously I use my liner brush as well to move it around. If you guys think this is a bit of a challenge for you and you can't get it to be perfect, then I just recommend using one of the Beetles nude shades and going in 3 coats or 2 coats, just a regular thin coat, so you don't have to do the whole moving around the gel thing. But I really like the look of the builder gel. It kind of makes it look more sturdy and more luxurious. I don't know if that makes sense. Now that the base color is on, we can move on to the design, and I'm gonna be grabbing this white gel polish, and I love how pigmented it is, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how beneficial it is to have a pigmented white gel polish. So first I'm gonna start by doing a French line on my middle finger. I'm going for a classic bridal look, so I don't want it to be too thick, but I am making the smile line deeper than usual. The key trick to getting accurate and smooth lines is obviously the liner brush. It has to be a longer, thinner brush than usual than the detailed designs that you do. Also having a brush where you can clean up, you can dip it into some acetone and clean up the smile line. I ended up going for a second coat even though the first coat was perfectly fine. I just wanted the line to be more crisp, so I just touched up those areas a little bit. And I found these stickers in the beautiful pouch that Beetles sent me, and honestly this is perfect for the bridal look that we're going for. I was gonna do honestly a hand painted flower design, but when I saw this I was like, oh my gosh, perfect. I don't have to do all of that and I don't have to spend like 20 minutes trying to draw the perfect flower. So this definitely saved me so much time, and the outcome of the whole set still looks so flawless and beautiful. And yeah, it definitely saved me a lot of time and the results were beautiful. I'm just sticking whatever I feel like would fill those empty spaces, and I did end up going in with some white gel polish and drawing those flower branches a little bit to make it more dramatic. Make sure that you're curing between each step because you don't want to end up messing up the gel or the art that you just did. So I make sure to cure every step. And for the middle finger Frenchie that we did, I applied a thin layer of a non-wipe top coat and I cured that, and now I'm rubbing this pearly chrome in. This came in with the box. So after I rubbed that in, it gave this beautiful bridal shimmer, and definitely love this vibe for this set. This is the part where I'm showing you guys how pigmented this white gel polish is. I'm just grabbing a sponge and dabbing it in to my index finger, and I'm kind of going for like a aura nail look, like a blush look, but using white. So this is a great aura nail technique if you don't have a airbrush or some eyeshadow palette, because this just kind of saves you a lot more time and materials. So I'm just dabbing that sponge into the white gel polish, dabbing it in the middle and curing each layer for like less than 10 seconds, and then keep doing that repeatedly until I see the results that I want. And I'm only dabbing this in the middle so that the concentrated white jelly polish can be in the middle and like give that aura nail look. I don't know if that makes sense, but you guys can just keep watching. I decided to do the same technique on my pinky finger, but do like an ombre, so it's only gonna be at the tip of my nail. So now I'm mixing black polish and non-wipe top coat, and I actually applied a matte top coat on my index finger and cured that. So this is the process called chrome isolation, and I'm gonna be using a silver powder to create a silver design. So wherever it is black, wherever I used the mix between the black polish and the non-wipe top coat, is gonna be where the chrome is gonna stick. So I'm just using my liner brush and drawing like this cutesy little circle and curing that for 60 seconds. And now I'm rubbing that chrome in, and you guys can see it's only sticking on that black polish part. So it's really important to either buff your nails or mattify it so it doesn't stick. I hope that makes enough sense. Now we're going into 3D designs, and you don't need hard gel exactly. You can just use the nail glue, and the nail glue that they had in the little toolkit was perfect, so I'm just using that, and I'm just swiping that 3D gel onto my pinky finger and curing each layer for 25 seconds. So the whole set is kind of coming together now, and the final touches is just applying some cute little details and charms. So I'm using the little charms that they gave me in the box, and I'm just combining together the pearls, the diamonds, and the silver little details. And you can just kind of freestyle with this and see how much bling you want into the set. And yeah, I'm just kind of going with my gut feeling here. Make sure you don't forget to top coat, and I'm also very tedious with this step because I love top coating. It's probably the satisfying part of like the whole design part, because you can see the whole nail set coming together. After I top coated this, I'm spraying some alcohol and removing all the dust and the stickiness off of my nail. And please, after using all of that alcohol and chemicals, please go in with a cuticle oil. And I love this cuticle oil. It smelled like roses, and definitely one of my favorites that I've used. And obviously you can go in with some hand cream as well, depending on how dehydrated your hands feel. This was so therapeutic. Thank you guys so much for watching it with me and just staying here until the end. You're a real one. And if you have any questions, please ask me anything, and please comment down below like a monkey emoji if you made it until the end, so I know who you are. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one.